Good evening. The nurse who was found dead after answering a prank call to the Duchess of Cambridge's hospital lived in Bristol with her partner and 2 children. Jacintha Saldana used to work for the North Bristol NHS Trust until taking the job in London 4 years ago. Well, let's find out more from our reporter Imogen Sellers. She's here.
Yes, sadly, Amanda, the circumstances leading up to the tragic death of Miss Saldana are now very well known. She took the prank call from an Australian radio station while working at the London hospital where the Duchess of Cambridge was being treated. 3 days later, she was found dead at the King Edward VII Hospital staff lodgings. It's believed she took her own life. Now, although Jacintha worked in London, her family home was in Bristol. She lived in the Southmead area with her partner and 2 teenage children, but split her time between the family home and the London hospital, where she stayed in staff lodgings while she was working.
And she worked as a nurse in Bristol, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. Up until 4 years ago, she worked for the North Bristol NHS Trust, which runs the Frenchay and Southmead hospitals. Earlier, I spoke to a spokesman for the hospital trust who said, although she hadn't worked in Bristol recently, many colleagues still remembered her and are deeply shocked and saddened by her death. A spokesman for the London hospital described the mother of 2 as a first-class nurse who cared diligently for her patients. The family has expressed their sadness and asked for privacy, which obviously we're keen to respect. And a post-mortem examination is due to be taking place next week.
Imogen Sellers, many thanks. In other news, Starbucks coffee shops in Bristol were among those targeted by a protest group demonstrating over the company's tax arrangements, even though it's announced changes to its payments. The premises opposite Castle Park had to be closed for 2 hours. Police were present, but there were no arrests. A Swindon charity providing food and beds over Christmas for people in need is warning there's a hidden homeless problem. Official figures put the number of rough sleepers at 35, but Christmas Care says it's seeing many, many more. Here's Martin Jones.
Things they don't need to give to those who do. Volunteers at Queen's Drive Methodist Church have been looking after homeless people for the last 24 years. They use donations like these to provide food and bedding every Christmas.
There's people who may be on maybe their pension. They will take £5 out of their pension and put it in an envelope marked Christmas Care. We depend entirely on the generosity of the general public.
Those involved say more people are homeless than just those sleeping rough.
When we have our volunteers evenings, I always say to them, you're roughly 3 months away. If you lose your job, you're 3 months away from being made homeless. We give about 70 to 80 dinners out on Christmas Day, and a lot of those will come in from B&B to have their dinner, and they stay the rest of the day with us.
The charity's worried the financial crisis will affect donations. For them, every Christmas gift could help them change a life. Martin Jones, BBC Points West, Swindon.
To football, Albert Adoma scored a late winner for Bristol City in a crucial clash at Hillsborough this afternoon. In League One, Matt Ritchie scored his 8th of the season to give Swindon an early lead, but an own goal from Danny Hollands levelled the scores almost immediately. Final score 1-1. Yeovil also drew 0-0 at home against Notts County. In League Two, Cheltenham recovered from a 2-goal deficit to beat Northampton 3-2. And the pressure is increasing on Mark McGee as Bristol Rovers fell to another home defeat at the hands of Dagenham and Redbridge. Rugby, Bath scored 10 tries as they beat Calvisano 67-11 in the Challenge Cup at the Rec. A stunning second-half performance from Bath there. Gloucester are also through to the next round with a 22-29 win away at London Irish. And in the British and Irish Cup, Bristol won 32 points to 8 at Bridgend. Now here's a look at the weather with Jennifer Bartram.
Hello there. We've seen some bright winter sunshine this Saturday afternoon. It has remained dry, and that will be the case as we go through this evening and overnight. We will, however, see the cloud begin to thicken. Taking a look at the map, we can see the extent of our cloud as we go through this evening and overnight. That will prevent a frost from forming and also stop the temperatures from falling too low, widely 3 or 4 Celsius. Now, Sunday starts off on a cloudy note, and as we go through the afternoon, we will see some patches of light rain and drizzle developing, temperatures around 8 or 9 degrees Celsius. Now, taking a quick look into next week, then we can see that we have a return of the sunshiny weather, but the temperatures taking a tumble by midweek. Goodbye.
Well, we'll keep an eye on Swindon's X Factor hopeful Jarmaine tonight. Lots of fans in the West. Bye from us. Have a good evening.
Good evening. A quiet scenario